Ooh, let's have a cup of tea.
Good morning and welcome to another video. It's very early in the morning. I'm just about to head to Dave's house because today we are installing coilovers. Coilovers. Yes! I've waited a very long time to install these coilovers. I've gone for Meisterr Clubrace, so pretty racy coilover, and my tyres aren't up to the job basically. So before I get those comments saying you need stickier tyres, I know they're coming. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see the stickier tyres. It's a bit messy in here, sorry about that. House renovation. Oh, there she is. If you see the car without a sill cover at any point today, it's because I found a bit of rust. Now, I'm dealing with it, dealing with it quietly. It's there. Video coming on it soon. Let's shoot to Dave's now. I'm very excited, just want it finished really. So keys, need my keys. So Dave is just loosening the bolts on top of the tower. We're not taking them all the way off, just so that when we do knock the bottom of the shock loose, it's not going to fall out. Next up, we are removing that brake line bolt, 12mm, that brake line bolt, 12mm, so that we can get to the A-arm bolts, and then the wheel speed sensor bolt, which is just by Dave's forearm, just to give us more room so that when we swing the A-arm forwards, we'll be able to get the coilover out. But this is what we've found, is that these are proper seized on. Because we live in the UK and there's rain, so we're going to give that a little persuasion. That's not leaking, by the way, that's just WD-40. Okay, so the two control arm bolts are out, the top A-arm, whatever you want to call it. If you can see that one there, and the other side there. And now Dave is doing the bottom bolt, holding the shock in, which looks like it's tight.
Yeah, it's very tight.
Okay, so we've had a bit of a problem. So this end link there doesn't want to come out. And we've tried everything, tried jacking up the control arm, we've tried tapping it very persuasively, and it's still not coming off. So I think it's under some tension from the other side, obviously, because we've modified the other side. So what we're going to do is take the end link off on the other side, and then hopefully it'll be completely out of tension, and then have another go.
Okay, so we're at a pivotal point now. What we're going to do is push the coilover, the Bilstein, from the top, and then it should just pull out through the control arm. So, ready? 3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Got it?
Yep. Yeah, do hold that. Dodge mate, there we go. Sweet!
So there's a very old...
Oh, that is filthy.
Bilstein. A thing worth noting is on top of this, there's like a little plastic jobby here that stops it creaking, squeaking on the body. You want to save that and swap it over. I think I'm going to go for a 35mm drop. The sway bar end link is causing quite a problem. I have actually ordered new end links and new sway bars as well, so make sure you subscribe to see those. They're quite nice ones. I've ordered them from America. Together with the sway bars and these, it should be pretty good.
Yeah, you can see the multicolour.
This isn't connected up yet, internet.
Oh yeah.
And then the rears.
What time is it?
I don't know, don't ask. It's like 20+4.
What time do we start?
8.
How much we done in?
2.
How many hours is that? 6 hours?
6 hours, half.
Cool. You said 12 hours. So when we finishing?
I don't know.
10, 4 plus 6.
10.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Oh,
Woo!
oh well. The car will be good though.
Yeah, good commuter. Does he commute in this?
No.
No way.
So that is both the front sides done, and I don't know if you can tell, but that's stock ride height. That's Meisterr ride height. And we've had to put it on a block because we can't get the trolley jack underneath anymore. That's a problem that you're going to face.
So we've now stripped out the carpets and we can start to see what we're working with. For the rear, it's 2 main bolts holding it on rather than 3 like on the front. So you can see the one here on the right hand side and then one just behind there. And so these are 2 you do undo from this side, and then there's one right in the corner that you undo from the other side. Hi Dom, why don't you tell us what's going on?
The sway bar, we've been doing this for like 12 hours, so I can't speak. The drop link has a nut and then a threaded piece inside. You're meant to hold the threaded piece and undo the nut, but they're like seized together, and the inside of the hex, it's quite a common problem, is rounded because it's so corroded that when you put something in it, it just spins and the rust just falls out. So basically we've got to cut the stock end links off for the sway bar, rear sway bar. And I've got an angle grinder, but there's not enough space to get in there. and I don't have a fancy air tool with a little disc on it that I can cut that off with, so it's good old hand tools.
3 hours later.
Sit rep. Rears. Sway bar end link is cut off. That's the hacksaw job. Basically, this was rounded on the inside. Ooh, there we are. This was rounded on the inside. The actual shock is loose. There is 3 bolts holding this rear shock in. There's 2 from the top and 1 from underneath. So we're going to undo the 1 from underneath and then do the 2 on top.
I told the viewers that.
Did you?
Yes.
And Dave is going to take the 12mm out the top. Top or bottom? It's top, but it's the bottom of the top.
Hey!
We're in the boot now. That's a fuel line and the breather hose for the fuel tank. These are really inaccessible. Obviously there's one back there, look, can you see it? So I got my little stubby ratchet and then a bar on the end of it to get those undone. Not sure how I'm going to tighten them up yet. You're meant to torque these, but I haven't got a torque wrench small enough to get in there. So now we're going to take the lower bolt off the damper, that damper bolt there, and then we'll do the 2 control arms and then put the new coilover in. Okay, so that's both the control arms out. You can see there's one out there and there's one out from there. The shock is off the stud at the bottom, so this is now free to come out. I just need to undo the top mount bolts and then new shock in. The problem with these rear ones, the top hat is so big that it's really a fiddle to get it out. And a bit of a twist. Hello. Whoosh. And then surgical operation.
Hey.
There's no plastic cover on these rear ones, FYI. 4 out of 4, Dave.
Woo! There we go, look. Oh,
hello. It's very low. Do you want to do a demonstration of me getting in that?
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Like, it was low before, but like now I have to sort of bend down a bit to open the door. This is the high seat as well, so the driver's seat is an inch lower than this one. So, you know.
So that's what, basically to your wrist? But yeah, touch your fingers like that.
That.
Yeah, so that's from your fingertips to your...
I'm sat
below your
normally
wrist.
if we were driving here.
Yeah, that's quite low.
It's quite low. Also, we forgot to mention, there's one part that hasn't gone back on, which is the rear sway bar. Very thin. Very thin. I did not expect it to be this thin. And, you know, it's like fighting concrete. They're just not moving. So we've started drilling these out. So you can see that end has been cut through. And then Dave started drilling it out. And we just got to work up sizes on the drill bits. But about 2 weeks ago, I ordered some, I think I mentioned it earlier, new sway bars. And the end links are here. So, you know, what's the point really in putting this back on? That's my opinion. I'm not going to drive it before they come. I might as well just sort of leave these off. Okay, so now I'm torquing up the fronts. What I was originally going to do is drop the car, turn the wheel and then try and torque them behind. But this method is much easier. So you put the jack up, you get the wheel about where it's going to be sat and then you torque the bushes up. So the biggest issue I've got is my torque wrench is too big. It hits this brake line here. So now I'm going to try and take this bolt off, remove the brake line and then torque it up. Ow. Should just give a bit more. There we go. There we go. Wheels on, and then the other side. And then apart from the sway bar, it's finished. So I know if I don't put the toolbox in, something might go wrong. But if I put it in, something won't go wrong because I've got the toolbox. I'm going to take it for a spin, listen for some noises. I think we might hear some settling and stuff. Let's have a quick look at the ride height. From the centre of the wheel, we're looking at 340mm rear, 320mm on the front, which is really low. I think the fronts need raising. Let's see what it's like. It's really low.
Eyes glow like two fires, movement so graceful. Wildcat in the jungle with dangerous claws. Movement she anticipates, a sight is set on her prey. Like stars in the darkest night, crystallized, fascinating. If you wanna stay alive, if you don't wanna be her prey, don't stand in her way. Run, run, run away. Crystallize, 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 watching her prey. Crystallize, 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 fascinate.
Okay, so this is first drive. There's quite a bit of creaking, but I think that's just because I've put on weight. It's a lot firmer. Can you feel it?
Yeah, I don't think your stability control on your camera
are going to appreciate how much harder it rides. Oh.
I've been over that on my bike before. That is not nice.
Oh yeah, it's much less roll. So all the dampers are on softest and then 10 from hardest. So I think there's 30 each way, so they're more soft than they are hard. Just think about that for a second, Dave. They're more soft than they are hard right now.
So this can get harder.
Quite a bit harder.
Okay. You almost need a comparison, be able to compare it to
The stock one.
the stock ones,
Yeah.
how that feels.
It feels... I'm not really sure yet. It feels... like with the stock springs, like I would have been able to like roll the car about, but now I can't. So front springs are 10 kilogram springs and the rears are 6. There's no clunking, there's no weird squeaks, which I'm happy about.
And the rain's gone away. Does it feel like a lower driving position?
Does it feel like a lower driving position? It doesn't feel lower because it was already low compared to normal. It feels
Okay, that feels more rigid.
yeah, it's like it's weird. That surprises me. There's like no acceleration roll.
I felt at points as you've turned, you can kind of tell there's something odd about the rear.
This is how it should feel. That's what I feel like saying. Like that's how it feels. It feels like it when you think of an MX-5, you think it should feel like this. Obviously, it needs an alignment. So with the upgraded sway bars and an alignment on this, it should be pretty bang on. I'm excited to get on track.
I'm excited to be a cameraman from the stands of the track.
Why? You don't trust
The
it?
last time we went on track, the last ride,
You felt very sick.
that was the one that made me go,
Yeah.
I'm not doing another one.
I feel like this is going to be a completely different.
It'll be completely different. I think I need to come on track to see how it feels,
Yeah.
to see the before and after.
The idea is it just corners flat, but
Yeah,
I need some stickier tyres.
stickier tyres, yeah.
Mega.
Yeah? Happy? Whoa.
Pretty happy. Just need to sort
Any
of
changes
sway bar.
under deceleration?
It doesn't lean like that. Front to rear, there's just no lean.
It doesn't front load like it used to.
Yeah. So you get to know your car as well when you work on it.
You do.
Because you
It
understand
all goes
all
together.
the little bits of. You can see us like that. Like, yeah, it's great. It's so good. This is. I might need to invest in some more camera kit.
Some nice in-car stabilizer, I reckon.
You know what? You can't stabilize. Dave was pressing his imaginary brake pedal. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. The car is much lower now. I think it needs raising a bit at the front because it is a bit low at the front. There's no way it's going over any speed bumps. So thank you very much to Dave for letting me borrow your garage. I really appreciate that.
No worries. Happy to help a hand. It's a good day.
And I probably couldn't have done it without your tools as well, with the hacksaw mainly. Don't have a hacksaw, I need one.
Yeah.
Not
that you should be using a
Not that you
hacksaw.
should,
That
yeah.
was last resort.
Just word of warning, there is no way on a car as seized as mine that you're ever going to get those off. You'll round the nuts off. Completely, yeah. So, hope to see you soon. Thank you very much for watching. Always remember...
Righty-tighty.
Lefty loosey. See you in the next one. Bye.